friends, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be a fun little mix of all things, but the number one thing for this video is I've got to tell you guys about this new printer. So let's go. All right, so you guys know I am a lover of Munbyn printers. I have had my Munbyn printers now for probably 3 years, 2 to 3 years that I've been using their printers. So they kind of let me know when they've got some new stuff coming out. And hey, Jennifer, do you want to check out the new one? Yes, please. So they sent me the new one, you guys, and I'm blown away. It is gorgeous. And there are a lot of things about it that I want to tell you guys about. So this one, my only complaint with them is the names of these printers. It's all just numbers. So I have the 403B for Bluetooth. That's what this one is. That's the guy right here that I've been using solid over a year. Then we have the 405B for Bluetooth, and that is the new one that I just got. And you guys, the biggest thing that it does is it now has, okay, this is going to be hard to do from the side here, but it has its own little printer tray that goes with it to hold your printer paper. It also can hold the flat ones, or it can hold the ones in the roll. It can also hold the smaller ones. So I've got my 4x6s, and then I've also got these little guys here from them. It'll squeeze in and pinch that. So not only does it take the different sizes, as they all do, it now loads from the top. That one right there, you guys, is why I love it. Because this one, the 403, I'm hoping you can see me when I'm off to the side. You have to like turn it down and then try and find the tiny hole that's stuffed in the back, and then it'll feed it through. Not anymore. It is fed through the top. So when this guy gets promoted over here, which is my next step, this guy, the 503, is going put aside. I'm using the 403 is getting put aside. The 405, that's what I said. They need to come up with fun names for these. So the 405 is getting promoted 100%. And I love that you can print it from the top. It also has this fun feature where you can change out it's not even ink. It's like the part of the printer that's doing all the heat in order to print your labels out. It does get old, so it starts fading. You can clean it with alcohol, but this newest one, you can now replace. So if it goes bad and it's not working as well as you want it to, because you are investing in a more, yes, it's more expensive, but it's still way more affordable than some of those other expensive ones out there. Is it Rollo? That was my first one that I had, and those are like $200-300 as well. So this one comes out today. When you're getting this video, today, the 10th, is when this is coming out. So there will be a link in the description if you guys want to check it out on Amazon. That way you can get it starting today. So I timed this video right. I'm recording it today and have this one, but it's not out to the public yet. So I'm pulling up Amazon right here, and no, your delivery, you're not getting it until Friday. So it comes out on Friday. They're having a nice little conference, and you guys, I know I'm going to kick myself for this. I didn't go. They invited me to go to New York. I know. I'm going to come back to this in like 5 years and be like, Jennifer, what the heck were you doing? They invited me to come to this conference. And at first I was all over it. I was so excited to go. And then reality. Jennifer, you are a mom. You've got 2 young kids. I can't be flying across the country and be gone for this long. I also did not want to do it alone. And it was expensive. So in order for me to get somebody to go with me, they'd have to pay for their airfare. They'd have to pay for their hotel, which I guess we could share a bed. So hotel would have been free. We have to pay for transportation. We've got to pay for the other things of being in New York City. So it didn't fill my possibilities. And I'm kind of sad that I didn't get to go to it. But they are having a conference today, the 10th, to announce this big reveal. And you guys get to see it in this video. So, okay, the biggest thing, yes, it comes with the top. And it also can print on different colors. Yes, normally it's just on black and white. That's what these little printers are, is just black and white. They have a new paper. It's not this one, but it looks like this. And it's the small paper, and you can print blue and you can print red. So you can have a red and white, and you can have white or red or blue and white, blue and black, red and black on your labels. So that's good because then like for sale can be in bright red and then the details in the black that you normally print out. So the other thing was a lot of people were struggling with getting these set up. That was my biggest complaint that everyone was saying with the other printers is like, Jennifer, I tried to install it. I spent 2 hours and I could never get it to install and they returned it. And I'm like, oh, sad face. This one took me probably, if I said 3 minutes, I think that's an exaggeration. It didn't even take that long. The Bluetooth must have been like super power because I was able to pull up the Bluetooth on my phone and on the computer in that same amount of time. They give you the website that you go to, munbyn.biz/405B something, and you download the driver and it automatically saw it. So I was right away able to print out a few little demos while I was setting it up. So you guys, if you are looking for a new printer, you need to update your old one. Highly, highly recommend checking out this Munbyn, the 405. They've also done a lot of other tech upgrades on the speed and the clarity, and like it is top notch. And like I said, I love that it's a top load. I know that seems silly, but the amount of time that that's going to save, not having to dig and find this hole of death in the back, like it's right there on top. So you guys, if you need that, link in the description. So this one is also, I mean, it's going to have a link using like a referral code. So yes, I do get a small percentage for referring you. It's no different than if it was a straight link to Amazon. They pay like 0.0001% or something when someone buys something from your Amazon links. Same thing with the Munbyn. So yes, I do get a small percentage if you do end up purchasing it. So thank you for that, but you're not buying it to pay my bills. You're doing it because you need it for your business, and I've got to tell you guys how awesome it is. The other part of this video is I wanted to show you guys my spreadsheet. That's another one I get asked a lot. This is a what sold video. I'm going to throw that in here. I've got, gosh, I'm up to 12 sales for the day. This is Wednesday, and I have 12 sales today. Like, wow, amazing. So I'm going to go over those with you, and I also want to show you guys how I'm putting that into my spreadsheet. So let me go ahead and clean all of this up. If you guys have any questions on the printer, definitely let me know. I will show you guys real quick. Let me record on here of, if I can figure this out. There was a way. All right, Jennifer, you've done this before. I know there's a way to do this. Record the screen so you guys can see the app. Oh, here we go. All right. And screen record. No media. Start recording. All right, you guys, let me show you what this app looks like. Munbyn Print. This was part of, I wanted to show it to you when I was telling you about this. You can do it on the computer. When I'm printing my labels, I am printing them from my computer, but you can also print them from your phone. That's definitely an option. I don't, because that's just not how my brain flow works, but you can create your stickers on your phone. So here I was just playing with one. I already printed one here, but just playing with the idea of putting my name, and if you have a fancy barcode, you want to put a QR code, you want to put, like, you can change this to whatever you want. But I was also playing in here with some of their other labels. So let me show you this real quick. Let's go ahead and create template. And then you can come down here to, gosh, any of these. There's congratulations to the best teacher. Like, how cute would this be for the back to school gifts or Christmas gifts or anything to your teachers? But you can also, I was in here, there it is, the all size 4x6. Okay, this is the part that was cool. So the 4x6 is the label that I always have in my printer. So the cool thing with this is I don't have to change those stickers out. I was keeping 2 printers. I am hoarding these Munbyn printers. So I've got 3 of them now, but one was using to print the small stickers and the other one is used to print my labels. So now you can print your labels or whatever stickers you want on your regular label. Like, I know it's going to be a big sticker, but I mean, you can always cut it too. But in this case, say I want to make a big sticker, I'm putting it on my water bottle or I'm putting it on a package to thank them for their order, however you want to use it. But you can use the app right here, 4x6. It already knows the size. And then you guys, this is live. We're going to print and check out how fast this thing comes. I didn't even finish my sentence and it came out. Like, you guys, they have definitely upped the game. But, all right, I didn't edit the actual sticker, but you guys can see that you can always edit them and change the stuff that's on there. If you want to get super fancy, that's how you do it. But otherwise, like, how fast it prints, my 403 is not that fast. It takes, like, I mean, it's not a long time, but probably 4 or 5 seconds between hitting it and then it printing. This did, like, it printed faster than I could finish that sentence. So, yes, it is more expensive than the 403, but that 405 is worth every penny on getting the better one. Okay, all right, we are going to stop that recording. I'm going to clean up this station, pull some orders, and then, you guys, let's go into that what sold. All right, so thank you, hubby, for putting all the stuff away and pulling all of my orders. So, I want to go over everything that sold today. When I first recorded this, and then I took Libby to gymnastics, and then I came back. I know, fast forward like 3 hours. Here we are. But we are now up to 13 orders for a gross profit of $656 in one day, you guys. Like, wow. Thank you, Wednesday, for being an amazing day, because it also gives me something to show you guys. There's a lot of good items in here that I think you'll be able to find out in the wild. And I know a lot of my stuff is very bin friendly, but it's not. It's not all about the bins. I do my sales. Like tomorrow, Thursday, I have 2 sales on the map, but unfortunately, they're both companies that have asked me not to film. So the 2 that are on my book, I can't film it. So that's why, like, okay, no, we're going to go ahead and just do a what sold and then not take the camera out tomorrow. So sorry about that. If I get anything amazing, I'll just record a haul video, but we'll save that. So before I go into these, I wanted to show you guys my spreadsheet. I mentioned this in a lot of my videos, my desert dashboard, and that is the spreadsheet that I use for my business, and I've used it now for years, making it available to you guys starting last year with a new version for 25. But let me show you guys real quick. So this is kind of my routine of what I do when I get my orders. So hopping over to the screen here, you can see where my to be sold. Make sure it doesn't show anything private. No, I don't think it does. Okay, so you can see these are my orders. I have them sorted from the smallest item. So we've got a $10 item all the way up, spoiler alert, to a $100 item. But what I do is then I go over to my spreadsheet, which is right here. This one here is my dashboard. This is my live, actual, legit dashboard. This is what I use all day long to keep track of my inventory. So in my inventory tab here, I've got it by my date, what my item is, the cost, and then now I'm going to transfer it over to my sales book. Okay, so this is the cool part. A couple items that this is just, it's part of business. Not everything makes it into my spreadsheet. If I'm in a hurry and I'm listing things and I forgot to put it in there, then come sale day, I've got to just manually put it in. So I've got a few of those items down here, which are going to be these ones that are a lot of the multi-quantity listing. But after it's in my inventory, so as you can see, I've got a very large list here. Control F, and then I can find my item. So like my Dell here, find my item. I'm just arrowing up. I know I go kind of fast, but it's because I do this all day. So here's the item that just sold. This 19 BTS. It's from May 13th. And then I just mark this little X saying transfer to the sale book. Then I'm going to go through and find the Xbox. That's sold. It's not that one. That's with a box. Here's one that's black. I don't know why I just said black, but it is. It's an Xbox 360 and it's black. So put the little X on that one. Wherever that one just went. Arrow down. Right here. So I go through, and I've done this already before recording. So all of my 13 items have been selected. And then all I have to do is hit this little double arrow, and that sends it over to the sales book. So it says running the script. It's doing what it needs to do behind the scenes. So now it's removing it from this tab and putting it over into my sales tab. Okay, so this is this is the gravy. This is the best part of this spreadsheet, is how easy it is now to then edit the date. This is the date that the item sold. So I can see, wow, I've had this Coach bag since September of 24. Wow, over a year, almost a year and a half now. 10, yeah, that's a year and a half that I've had this bag. But I do want to make sure to change these dates so that over here, where it says it's from April, all the, like these wrong dates, I want to make sure that my totals tab has the correct information. So we're going to come over here and I'm going to put today's date, 10/8/25. Then copy, paste, paste, paste. I love keyboard shortcuts to make that faster. So now it says October 25 over here. So then if I come over here to the detailed review, you can see my October numbers are updating right here. We've got my monthly review tab. I can take this and come on over to October. Here's my October sales all in a beautiful spreadsheet here. Like the amount of tabs that are put in here for a lot of really good information, you will then have access to. So 2025, the sales year to date. So basically at the end of the year, I just send this whole spreadsheet over to my accountant and she pulls all the numbers that she needs. I'm not an accountant, not my specialty, but this will give her all the numbers that she needs that include all of those fees. So I do have a tutorials tab, you guys. So if it's your first time in the dashboard, I've shown a nice little video, the updated version 25, to show you how the spreadsheet is used. I mean, I gave a good little demonstration. You can see it in live action. But my favorite is going to be the sales book, because that's where I'm actually entering all the information. So then I'm going to come over here and come to, I'm probably doing this out of order. I should have told you about these items before I showed you the sold, but that's okay. We're going to go in a little weird order here. So I'm not going to click on get my label yet because I don't want that to show this person's information. So it sold for $10. Then I would come over here and it's the Cuisinart sold for $10. Then I would say, okay, they paid $3 shipping. And once, okay, here, hubby, I'm going to make you have to work double here. I'm going to pull this up and then he can block out all the buyer's information. Okay, so here I'm going to actually box it up. You're not going to see this part. I'm going to box it up. I'm going to measure the box, put the information in. So pretend, fast forward, it's 8 ounces, and it's actually going to go into a poly mailer. It's sold for $10. It's not getting a fancy packaging. So it's a 10 by 8 by 1 poly mailer. Then down here you can see that the shipping is going to be $4.99, and they paid $8 for shipping. So come back to my spreadsheet. They paid $8, and it's short-term memory, $4.99. And then this little drop down, you guys, this is where you would select the platform that you sold it on. So I'm an eBay Macari person, but if you need to add more platforms, Poshmark or Etsy or Facebook or, oh my gosh, what are there, 75 different selling platforms now? So if you're on a different one, you can change it. So here was a demo that I was giving to someone to show that you can add, they're a Poshmark seller. So if I just come down here, I can edit and add Poshmark. So let's change this then to Facebook. Done. Apply to all. Okay. So now I can come down and say it was Facebook. However, when you add a different platform, I can't calculate your fees for you. So you're going to have to manually put in what your fees were for that item. So on Facebook, if it was $5, not even, it was a $10 item. So it's probably what, a 50-cent fee? Then you can put in the fees manually and it'll edit. But if you were to put in the ones that I put in here, because it's the ones that I use, eBay, it knows what the fees are. Here, but I changed my numbers. So I'm going to undo, go to eBay. All right, so it's going to actually give me correct fees based on the shipping and how much they paid. These fees, okay, I say it's correct. It's based on one calculation, okay? So here's like full disclosure. This will not be 100% spot on numbers, okay? So that's again where my accountant comes in. We will get these numbers and then we will always go by the grand total that is in your 1090 whatever that you get from the eBay side that goes to the IRS. You want to match that number. But this gives us a very good ballpark. So then when we are doing tax time and we see, oh, the IRS is being told that it was $5,000 in fees, but you're only showing $4,000, bonus. It was an extra $1,000 worth of write-offs. But if my number were to say 5,500 and their paperwork says 5,000, we're going with their paperwork. I do not want to raise any red flags with the IRS and taxes, any of that. So it is to give more for your own information so you can see, okay, am I getting enough fees? Am I charging too many fees? Is the shipping too much? That kind of thinking, to give you a good ballpark of what those fees are. But to the penny, no, it is not going to be to the penny because each platform charges different fees based on the item sold. eBay in particular. So if it's a computer part versus a book, they charge 2 different amounts of fees. I'm not going to put that into here. I'm not going to go as far as like what category was it? What genre was it? No. So it's going off of the basic fees, which is 0.18 or something. Okay, right now I can't remember, but it's in here. I think it's like 0.18% plus so many cents per item. I think it's 5 cents per sale, something like that. It's in here. It's late and I can't think. But those are the numbers that you're going to see in here. So I'm sorry if this is the boring part, but I want to let you know that $2.64, yes, that is a very broad number of what your fees are, but do not count that as 100% flawless number. Okay, so just wanting to cover that. And then same with like Mercari. If this was actually a Mercari eBay a Mercari sale, their percentage would have made the fees only $1.80. Again, it can be off a little bit. So if you want to be an exact person, you can go back into your eBay order, in your Mercari order, and manually change your fees. It's that simple. So you could definitely do that. For me, no, because I'm still this is more for my own information and get a ballpark to the accountant. But when it comes to filing your taxes, I am not a tax advisor. So definitely use an accountant if it's not your specialty. And always go by the numbers that eBay is reporting to the IRS because that's going to be your bottom number. So just, okay, full disclosure. Okay, so these are all going to be on eBay. And then, yeah, so then it gives you what the totals are. I'm going to close that. We're done over there. And it'll tell me what the total fees were and what my actual profit is. So at the end of every video, I always give you guys a breakdown of what my total fees are and everything. And I just get that down here. So for me, you may not need to do this. It's just for me, for my own little math thing. I'm able to come down here and go to add 1 row. And then I can go and do a formula, okay? So I'm only showing you this just so if you ever need to be like, oh, how much did I make today? You can do that. So I'm going to highlight all of these. Cost of good. These aren't going to be correct right now because I haven't shipped anything. So I haven't told what my fees are. And then I'm going to drag and hold. Then it'll say, oh, my profit is actually negative $110. Because I haven't shipped anything yet. I haven't put in what the actual total is. But that is where I get my actual totals to give you the totals at the end of my video. So stay to the end and you'll get the actual real total. But that was just kind of a quick review of what my spreadsheet is. And then now so that the back end stuff does not get messed up, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, undo, get it back to all of its formulas. Oh, and then there's one more thing I did want to show you over on the inventory. So when I scroll all the way to the bottom and I need to add more things to my inventory, which is daily, I've got things to be listing here. This little plus sign is how I add extra sections. So it's super easy to use. I love how simple the spreadsheet is. If you guys use a coupon code DESERT10, you'll get $10 off of it. The link will be down below. And then I want to give away a free version to you guys. So I'm going to give away 1 free copy of this spreadsheet of the Desert Dashboard. Comment down below. All right, we're going to have to do a comment draw. And let's go ahead and use, I don't want to say desert because people misspell it. Let's say dashboard. It's the Desert Dashboard, but let's go ahead and just say dashboard down in the description. And then I will do a drawing for next week's video and give away a free copy. So I would love to do that for you guys for sticking this long through this very informative video. I know it's a long one, but there's a lot of information I wanted to go over in this one. And this is one of them. So if you've stuck in this long, enter code dashboard in the comments and let's give it away. I want to give one away. So, all right, now let's head on over. I'm going to stop this recording and then we can go ahead and dive into what sold. Okay, so here we go. Back to my orders. Back to my orders. Okay, so those Cuisinarts. Those were those little blades right here. It was with a bunch of other Cuisinart stuff. So for the sake of my spreadsheet, I said a $3 cost of good. There's no way I paid $3 for these. It was with something else. So I took an offer. It sold for $10 plus shipping. And I said it's going to go into a poly. So I'm going to put some paper, some bubbles, put something around it. And it's going into a padded poly mailer. I mean, they're steel. Like, they're not going to break in shipping. But I will make it a nice little padding to send it safely on its way. All right, then we do have, and that would have been an estate or a garage sale or a thrift store, or one of the above, and it was extra pieces. All right, then we're going to get into some bulk buys, some multi-quantity listings. I love these. I love a multi-quantity listing. This is Bins Find. Oh, thought I heard someone coming in. This is my bins, $1 a day, and I just bought as many as I saw. And I paid a dollar. And they're selling for $20. So no, not a huge one, but these ones, I've got small little poly bags that this will go into. It's going to be like $3, $4 to ship it. So yeah, even if I only make $10 a piece, come on, it's still $10 for something that's super easy to ship and very small as far as taking up space goes. All right, then we've got a crushed version of Nintendo Switch Deluxe Dredge. It's crushed, but this was $3 a day at my bins. Every time I have ever seen a Switch case, it's always been empty. Always. Even when it comes out of the Amazon pallet, it is blank. So it's not even people stealing from the tables out in the wild. It's being stolen before being sent back to Amazon. People. So when I opened this and it was there, I was absolutely floored. I mean, guaranteed it's going to be empty, and wow, it's actually there. So yes, I bought it for $3. It is a very, it's actually an e-game. No way. Dredge? What the heck is this? Oh no, it's a 10 and up. That makes more sense. Everyone 10 and up. Okay, that's a little misleading. When I see an e-game, that means little Lincoln, 5 years old, can play it. What's E10 and up? No, that should just be like 10 and up. It shouldn't be called E. Okay, I don't know. But, excuse me. So this is definitely a 10 and up game. That's not a 5-year-old game. So I have no use to keep it. And it sold for $24. Free shipping, but it's already crushed. So it's not like I have to go and do ridiculous packing. I'll probably wrap it in some paper and into a poly mailer he goes. Because the game is what's needing to be protected. As they can see, the case is crushed. But $25? I'll take it out of a $3 find. And then we've got, so that's one that, yes, it was at my bins, but you will easily find those out in the wild. Switch games do show up. Usually they're more expensive because people know how expensive they were to begin with, but there's times that grandparents are selling them or families selling them and they just don't put the value on it, which is what we bank on, right? All right, then we've got a Dell dock. These little guys vary so much. Some docks are worth a lot. Some are worth a little. It's funny. I don't know why, but it's these numbers on the back. So they tell you why. And this one is only with the USB-C. It does not have anything else with it. Sometimes it comes with more cables. This does not. So as is, I paid $5 at my bins, and it sold for $27 free shipping. So that's all right. Little bits. Like, a lot of these are my small potatoes, but they add up, you guys. They definitely add up. All right. Then we've got, I think I just sold this one on Saturday. Is this my last one? Sad face. Yep. Last one. These were 5 or 3. Go back to my handy dandy spreadsheet. Go to the sales tab. And I paid $3 a day. These were $3 a day. And I had 4 of them. $30 a piece. So what is the math here? If I said 3, so that would have been $12 into $110. Come on. Yeah, minus shipping. Okay, yes. But these, because it's boxed and it's solid in this box, he's going into a poly mailer. I'm not boxing a boxing on something that's not breakable. So, $30, free shipping, but I'll still take it. That's still easily a $20 profit. Maybe 18? 18 to $20 profit. All right. Then another one that you see in almost every video. These have to be one of my favorites because I had so many of them. And I was a little hesitant at first, but I'm like, okay, no, they're going to sell. Like, they've got to sell eventually. And apparently I had the only ones left because they are flying off the shelf. And I've only got 6 left. Sad face. I think I had like 25 of them. So here we go. $5 bin find and $30 sale. 5 into 30. Over and over and over again without having to redo the work. It's glorious. Absolutely glorious. And that is why I love a multi-quantity listing. Do the work once and get paid multiple times. All right, we've got a Coach purse that was not worth what I was hoping it was. $5. Must have been at an estate sale or a garage sale. I mean, it's still Coach, so they're still decent. This one, it is a little dirty, so I made sure to put that into the pictures. But it's authentic. It's got the tags. It's solid. So it sold for $33. Free shipping. That's all right. Small bag. Or small box. Sorry. I will box this one. Just because, like, I don't know. Coach is a little more, not fragile, but I don't want it to get beat up in a bag. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna box this one. But that's all right. Coach, $33. Let's get it out of here. Okay, now we've got some filters that are at the bottom of the pile. I'm not going to get that. Okay, we've got genuine Germ Guardian HEPA filters. This box was $3, and I got 2 boxes of them. So it took a little while. I've had this one for a minute, but that's all right. They're finally selling. It's a 4-pack in here. $3 into $35. Free shipping, but I get to put a label right on that box. I love an easy shipper. Yeah, it's boxed in a box. I did not put that original box in the picture, so it's staying in that box, and he's just getting a label. Love an easy one. All right, this next one would have been, I want to say it was Dollar Day at the bins, and it is a salt chlorine generator. That's what it is. It goes to a salt water machine and has no cell. That is a part of it that's usually more expensive. It's just like the brains of it. $35, free shipping. So no, it's not a big one, but again, I paid $1. $1 into $35 all day long. All right, and what else we got? We got some batteries. Again, it's already in a box. Stick a label on it, Jennifer. Beautiful. And it has this fun little sticker that the post office likes. All right, these are batteries for a DeWalt. It's a knockoff. It's not DeWalt brand, but 2 brand new batteries. And I paid $15. So I paid up, and I've had them for a little while, but I mean, of course they're going to sell their batteries. And it sold for $60. Free shipping, but again, it's already boxed. Easy to ship. I'll take, what would that be, like a $30-ish profit? But no complaints, I'll take it. All right, now we're getting into some finds out in the wild. All right, so we've got, first thing is going to be this Xbox. $5 at some sale. I don't remember. Garage sale, estate sale. Definitely not a thrift store. Definitely a garage sale. I'm going with that. But it's just the system with the power. It is tested. We are an Xbox family, so we are able to test all of our Xbox equipment. And then whatever I can't test, I test a lot of stuff over here. We've got the PlayStations and the Wiis and all the things to check your equipment. So definitely, if you are buying consoles, test them. It is worth it 100% because especially on old Xboxes, the discs get stuck. They've got the light of doom that the lights are flashing. there's issues with these machines. So definitely test them. They still sell if there's problems, so make sure you're buying it right. And that's why for $5, yes, I will buy it, because if it doesn't work, it'll still sell for parts for more than $5. So this one, it is tested, it is working, and it only has his power supply, so he sold for 50 bucks. That's fine. I paid $5. Let's get him out of here. And it's an old one, a 360. Gosh, that's probably, this is going to age me. I think, shoot, is it like 20 years? How old am I? 41. I want to say I was like 20 years old when the Xbox 360 came out. We're going to Google this. Let me age myself. When did the Xbox 360 come out? November 2005. Yes. So here we go. We are coming in on his 20-year anniversary. 20 years. Wow. I remember standing in line at the game store for these. Yeah. Like, oh my gosh. I was having a serious time today thinking of Black Friday shopping. Like, okay, this is, again, gonna age me, but I miss the time of Black Friday starting at like 4, 5 a.m. day after Thanksgiving. You'd be lined up and then the rush into the store to go up the aisles and find the stuff. Like if you're at Walmart, you're at Target, you're at Best Buy, like you were waiting in line for the thing that you wanted. Now that's not the case. It's just not. And then it quickly started diving when people were getting in line on Thanksgiving Day. And like, no, I'm drawing the line. If we're in line at like 9 p.m. after everyone's eaten, like, okay, fine, we'll do that. But people were lining up like all day long, and it lost its fun because then COVID happened, and then everyone's just doing online shopping. So no, and it's not even Black Friday anymore. It's like, gosh, the sales probably start November 1st to start buying your Christmas stuff. So I don't know. I miss that. And like the craziness that I went through to get this 360, not this one in particular, but to get a 360. I remember going to a bunch of stores, them selling out. I ended up at I think it was a Walmart, and they were doing it as a raffle. Okay, I know this is super weird, but it's only weird because this is 20 years ago. So it was a raffle, and they called over the intercom because it was like a midnight release. And they called over the intercom these raffle tickets, and if they called your number, you won, but you won a chance to pay $300 for a console. Like, really? You won? But I actually won because they only had like 10 of them. And instead of doing like the first 10 people that were in line, because it ended up being pure chaos, they did the raffle. And like, just, it's so weird to think of how much has changed in 20 years. So I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you were one of those crazy people 20 years ago fighting for an Xbox 360. All right. Sorry. I'm going down a crazy rabbit hole here, but I miss that. I miss the Black Friday. I miss just the fun and the thrill of that. Like now it doesn't have that anymore. You get a list of the things that your kids want and you just order it on Amazon. Like boring. Just boring. And then no toy stores. Okay, Jennifer. All right. I'm not going down this rabbit hole, but it's just, I miss that. I do. I miss that. All right. I am missing one item and I'm not seeing it. Oh, probably because it just came in. All right. I'm going to go grab this real quick. Yeah. Let me go grab this. It is, I feel like it's right on top. AA4. Okay. Let me grab it. It's right behind you. Okay. So this one is definitely worth grabbing for you guys because it was a really good find. Let me go ahead and put it into the spreadsheet real quick. It's Arbonne, ARBONNE. I paid $3 this week over at my thrift store. $3, okay? So it was brand new in its package. And it is some kind of night surface resurfacing pads, beauty products, okay? Beauty stuff sells, and it sells well. I just got this literally Monday, maybe Tuesday. What's today? Wednesday. So I think it was Monday that I got this. So $3, and it sold for best offer $70. I had it listed at $80. They sent an offer, 10% off or 11% off. Yes, I will give you that offer all day long. Like, I'm not in this to hoard it. So if this person really wanted it, saved them $10. I'm going to do it. So $70 out of 3. And this one's in the wild. So this was not a bins find. This was a thrift store find. Love, love. All right. So this next one here, this one's definitely a break-even item. So it is a Vitamix 5200 blender. Down here. It's down here. It'll be in the picture. I paid up. I paid $50 at my thrift store, and it sold. I shipped it off. It worked, but then it turns out that by working, it didn't change the speed. It was kind of like you turn the knob and it should go from like a 1 to 2 to 3 on the speeds, and it would just go on and be like a 2 all the way around. It never changed its speed. It was either on or it was off. Sad face. Like, I should have known that. So now we've got my $50 cost of good, the cost of the initial shipping, the cost of shipping it back to me. So now I'm probably at a solid $90 cost of good, and I took an offer of $90. It needs to just get out of here. So I guess I could have just redonated it and then taken the tax deduction. That's always an option, but it's going to a new home. Someone can be happy with it. $90 plus shipping and probably a $0 profit. But we all make these mistakes, right? Okay, then my best sale is going to go to a RC transmitter. A remote for a remote control. Okay. These are the fancy ones, my friends. These go to the airplanes. These go to super duper RCs. Not your little Hot Wheels RCs that my 5-year-old has. Like, you can tell, lots of buttons, lots of dust. I've had it for a minute. My spreadsheet says I paid $20. It's possible, but I think that's a typo. So we'll say 20 for the sake of numbers. Because, yeah, I probably would have paid up on it because of how fancy these are. And it's Futaba, or Futaba, Futaba. That's a pretty good brand. And I want to say this was the same sale that I got those big airplanes at. So it makes sense that I paid $20 for it, because I got those airplanes for like $40 to $60, but those sold for like $200 to $500. So I'm like, all right, $20 for this. It's all just a numbers game. And it sold for $100, 104 change plus shipping. I'll still take $20 to turn it into 100. So I'll just keep that in the numbers for the sake of numbers, because at the end, like I said, you're going to get a breakdown. All right. Whew. I am tired and I am thirsty. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure that you put in the comments about that dashboard so that you can be entered into the drawing. I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it was kind of all over the place, but it was kind of a reseller day in the life. And I wanted to tell you guys also about that new printer, because that's pretty fun. But all right, I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And I will see you on the next video. Make sure to thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.